Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and today is a special video. I've said that a lot lately, I've said that a lot lately because it's true. Today marks the beginning of a video series, sort of, an update sort of video, that's going to be a thing for year 3 of the game. We're going to start getting dream enhancements for old units in the game, and we're going to have to talk about that every week. It's really exciting. I think it's a pretty good system, and I'm ready for it to be here. It's not as complicated as people think. Let's talk about it today. Now, when we're talking about it, we have a list. I imagine we're going to get a list occasionally of units getting the dream upgrade. Sephiroth, he's the newest unit. He's not even really getting the dream upgrade. He's just coming out with it, so it's kind of different for him. But our old Final Fantasy units, Warrior of Light, Amnulus, Mont, mashery, you see the list right here. I'm going to show you what these dream upgrades actually do for these units. Now, Sephiroth's going to be the first thing I show. Hey, and I'm not going to talk about him because he is his own thing. He's got his own video coming out, or it's probably already out maybe by the time you're watching this, and his is not an upgrade. I can't tell you what Sephiroth was before and how this dream ability helps him because he's always going to have had it, but he gets a little bit tankier and one of his skills gets upgraded. Go watch the Sephiroth video if you want to know more about him. So instead, let's start with the old Final Fantasy VII collaboration units. Here's Cloud. Let's throw on his dream ability upgrade and translate the page to English. So Cloud is getting 15% more HP and reaction block rate 50. Reaction block rate 50 is very strong, and 15% more HP will help him survive a little bit more. Those two things by themselves I don't think are busted, but let's go look at Mega Slash, the skill that gets upgraded. So Mega Slash, if we scroll down, that's his job level 25 skill. It is giving him 50 slash attack resistance penetration when he uses this ability. This now makes it an insanely hard-hitting skill. It's still a little bit awkward to use because of the way the range works. It's a point-based AoE on himself, so he's going to have to move in, close the gap with the enemy to use this, but this is probably going to be one of his hardest hitting skills now, especially against people who are stacking slash resistance. Overall, I don't think Cloud's dream enhancement ability is super OP. I do think the 50 reaction block rate is nice. The upgrade to Mega Slash is whatever. I actually like his Master Ability 2 better, which he just got the other day. Still, Cloud's in a pretty decent spot because he was strong already. He got Master Ability 2 Dream Upgrade. There you go. If you don't know how these dream ability enhancements really work, guys, you just get this for dream enhancing them. And this is the most of the power from dream enhancing comes from this Master Ability 3 thing that we're kind of looking at right here. So dream upgrade them, level them to 140. Most people aren't going to worry about re-rolling that 120 to 140 phase. They're going to be happy with whatever little bit of stat buffs they get the first time they go up to 140, and they'll be happy with this dream master ability. That's Cloud's. Let's go on. Next up, Tifa. Now, here's Tifa on Global. Let's switch to Tifa on JP so we can look at her dream ability. She is getting a really, really good dream enhancement. So, defense penetration 15, and she already had 15 defense pen from her master ability, putting her at 30 just walking into a fight. I love that. She's picking up 15 single target resist, which makes her not only a little bit tankier, but also against full accuracy. A lot of guaranteed hit moves are single target moves. Holy sharpshoot, moves like that, she'll be tankier against those. She gets 5 more evasion, which she really needs. And then her heavy strike combination skill is getting an upgrade. So let's go look at that. Heavy strike combination, it's actually this one right here. The translator doesn't name everything correctly, but it's 200% damage skill. It stays that. Most of it stays the same. It costs 4 AP less from 27 to 23, and it now also decreases attack for the target and decreases accuracy for the target. So she got some help for her evasion, which is nice, and she got some help for her damage and survivability. I really think they hit every part of Tifa. In between her Master Ability 2 that she just got and her Dream ability, man, Tifa's in a great spot if you ask me. I think she's going to be pretty strong in PvP. I've been using her today in Arena without the Dream ability, and she is a goddess of chaining in PvE. She's going to stay there. Great Dream ability upgrade for Tifa. Okay, Aerith is next. Here's Aerith on global. Already a ton of stuff going on with her master abilities. If you choose to Dream Enhance her, let's take a look at what that looks like. So, she's picking up an additional 15% HP and an additional 15% AoE resist. Full on, her Dream Enhancement is making her harder to kill. More HP, more resistances. Excellent. I love it. Giving AoE resist to Aerith will help her. She's a healer. One of her problems is her range on her heals can be kind of short, so she ends up getting tagged by some AoE moves. This will help her survive that. That's purely what this is for. Also, Re-Raise Kai is getting an upgrade. She is a healer that has Re-Raise as a skill. Now, when the target she Re-Raises comes back to life, it will have 20% more HP than it had before. It was 20, now it's 40. And it will get CT up on Re-Raise. Think about like you are Zazan. He has this. When he gives himself his Re-Raise buff and he Re-Raises, he boosts his CT a little bit, which can help him get a turn in right after he comes back to life. She can give that to an ally. Very, very powerful. I think Aerith's upgrade is all about PvP, which is where she kind of belongs in my opinion, and it's really good. Does she become a better healer? Not from her dream upgrade. She got all of that in her master ability too. Her dream enhancement just makes her harder to kill, which she needed. Love it. Good upgrade for Tifa. Okay, Barrett is next. Barrett is in a decent place in PvP. Barrett's a great PvE unit. He's a great PvE unit. In PvP, he's this high damage bruiser who just doesn't quite do what the top tier of Ice does. His dream ability is going to give him 20 missile attack resist penetration. He's really going to like that. It goes nicely with the 25 defense penetration that he has from his master ability. He's getting 10% more agility, which is like 6 more agility for him. Amazing. He needed that badly. And his upgraded skill, Super Guts. Guys, this skill's busted now. Let's go look at it. So, he previously had Super Guts that gave him 40% attack and 20 defense. Not bad, but oftentimes for Barrett, you would just kind of like do something else, right? Previously, this move gave 15 defense. It sucked. Attack and 20 defense is okay. Now look what this gives. It gives 40% attack for 3 turns if the target has ignore fatal damage. Okay. It gives, it says or more. Okay, for what? Okay, let's read this. 40% attack for 3 turns for self if the target has 1 or more of the following effects. Ignore fatal damage. Courage. Right? Same thing with the defense. Those 2 things didn't change. But now, it gives him courage, which is really important. And while he has courage, AP consumption down and 20 AoE resist. This skill is insanely good. It's crazy good, and Barrett needed a crazy good buff for himself. So not only did Barrett pick up, you know, missile pin and agility, he also picked up all of the buffs that come along with that Super Guts. Is Barrett a top tier unit in PvP? No, he still won't be. Ice is stacked. He's 90 cost. I wish he was like 80 or 70 or something like that. If Barrett was a 70 cost unit, we would see him in limited PvP all the time. Still, he's going to do more damage. He's going to be harder to kill, and he's going to be faster. All things that Barrett needed. If you're a Barrett fan, I think you're happy with this dream upgrade. You're just not like stoked about it. It doesn't just make him top tier, but it is whatever. Now, speaking of a great master dream ability upgrade, Warrior of Light. This one is a banger. So let's translate this thing. His dream upgrade is all about not only making him a better tank, but it makes him a better tank in the way he takes specifically. So he's getting 20% more HP. This dude could already have a bajillion HP. He's getting healing power 20. Keep in mind, this is a unit that heals himself a lot. So that's a big upgrade for him. And then his shield, Invincible Shield 2, is getting an upgrade. Let's go check that out. So Invincible Shield 2. Instead of reducing damage by 35%, now reduces damage by 50%. That's physical and magic damage, 50% shield. That's really, really good. And that healing power that we were talking about, keep in mind, this is a guy who has a 60% self-heal that he can cast, which is really good. He can give himself regenerate. And if we go look at his skill here, when conditions are met, auto cast HP recovery when below 50%. So he auto heals at below 50% HP. He can then heal himself, and he can give himself regenerate, all of which will be buffed by healing power up. And then more HP will make him harder to one-shot. Like, this dude is a much better tank at 140 than he was before. Love it. This is a great master ability, or upgrade for him. Look at what Warrior of Light's old master ability was. Attack 20%, defense 5. How much does that suck compared to all of this stuff that he has now? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. They've done a really good job keeping this guy up to date, in my opinion. Good work on that one. Now, some non-collaboration units that are getting their dream upgrades. Amnulus is getting hers, so let's check out what that looks like for her. She is going to get Spirit Penetration 20. She's going to get Skill Activation Time down 100, and her Unarmor skill is getting upgraded. Now, Amnulus is new to the game. I have not 120'd her yet, but Spirit Penetration on a damage dealer, always good. Activation time down on a mage, always good. And let's go check out Unarmor, or as it's called on here, Disarm. Because when they say unarmor, they don't mean taking away armor, they mean unarming someone, as in disarming them, like it's called on this page. Yep, that's the thing. So what actually changes here? Not a ton. It is now no longer reflectable. Interesting. It dispels buffs, haste just like it did before, breaks just breaks physical and magic damage buffs, 200% modifier still the same. It now also absorbs 30% of the damage done. Overall, a decent upgrade to a skill that's pretty good, but am I blown away by this dream ability enhancement? No, but keep in mind, this chick's strong already from what I've seen. She's a brand new unit, so she did not need a ton of buffs. She will have a Master Ability 2 coming along at some point, so that'll add on to her a little bit more. There she is. That's Amnulus. Now, King Mont is getting his Master Ability 2, or his Dream Enhancement. I'm probably going to mess that up so many times. Let's check that one out. So, Mont, he's getting Pierce and Missile Resistance 15%. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then his skill, Leonis' Fate, is getting upgraded. That is right here. He's getting his support ability upgraded. I love this. I love this one. So his defense, it used to give 12. It now gives 20. Still gives 12% HP. Still gives him 5 aggro. And he gains the Warrior of Light. When you drop below 50% HP, you will auto heal. Amazing. This is really important, especially in Fire, which currently lacks a good dedicated healer. This will give their best tank a self-heal that he automatically casts. I love that for King Mont. I already know that Jay Benson, this is going to be his first unit that he won 40s. Great choice. I think it's a good master build or a dream enhancement for Mont. Great. Mostly I just like this. Yeah, more resistances is fine. I think that's great for him, but this is just OP. Okay, next up, regular Mont. An MR unit. Regular Mont is getting his dream enhancement, and I think a lot of people, here's the thing, a lot of the bottleneck for dream enhancing has to do with the antlers and the scrolls. Those are tied to rarity level. We are going to get some MR rarity, antlers, and scrolls. You're only getting 2 MR units right now that can be Dream Enhanced, Mont and Nausea, 2 tanks. So keep that in mind. I think we'll see a lot of people take Mont to 140. If you do, he's going to get 30% Missile Resist. That's a lot. All Elemental Resist 10. That's nice. And his Drain Killer move gets upgraded. Drain Killer is a human killer move that absorbs HP. He's now has 25% human killer still. Defense pin 30 for 3 turns. Love that. Still absorbs 205% HP. It now also decreases AP of the target by 20 and drains 10 of it for Mont. So he's not only going to steal HP from the target, he's going to steal AP from the target as well. This is a really, really good move. A really good move. I like it a lot. This is a nice upgrade for Mont. I'm in for it. I think Mont was already a pretty good character, and as the original protagonist of this game, it's important they keep him relevant. This does that. Very good upgrade for him. His wife in Chapter 3 of the game, spoiler alert, I guess, and his current, but in her original form, Chapter 1 mashery, her dream up ability looks like this. 15% more magic. Nice. I like that. AoE resist 15, plays really well into what she's meant to do, and upgraded skill Overlay. So let's go look at Overlay, the skill. Here it is. It's her job level 25 DPS ability. This is a 100% hit move that gives her Spirit Penetration and increases her defense and Spirit. It does all of that still. It's still 100% hit chance. What it gets is 1 more range, which is actually pretty important. It's nice for mashery to be able to hit from 5 range instead of 4, and this move was already super good. It's just single target, and Cleric on Global until Wednesday doesn't have the upgrades that it's going to get for us. That's a whole different video where I talk about job upgrades. Overall, do I think Mashery instantly becomes like a top tier PvP unit? No, I don't. Is this a really good dream enhancement for her? Yes. If you're a Mashery fan, I think you're very happy with that. So, okay, Elda. Guys, King Elda is as bad of a character in this game as he is a father. I don't even care if someday they do a redemption arc for him. Nope. You failed, sir. He's getting 15 single target resist, which he's a tank, so that makes sense. He's getting 15 defense, which is nice, so they're making him more of a tank. And his revenge thrust skill gets an upgrade. Let's go look at that. Here it is. It absorbs 200% HP. None of this all changed. It just now also breaks physical barriers for the target. Not going to spend a lot of time on King Elda. I just think he's not a very good character. It's weird to have a tank that's a Lancer. Like, Lancer, Monk, Samurai tank is not great in my opinion. So I still advise skipping Elda unless you are a King Elda fan, in which case seek therapy immediately. Okay, Stern. Now, regular Stern, or Chapter 1 Stern, as I guess we could call him, really gets a nice dream enhancement. Like, it's pretty good, but it's Stern. So he wasn't great. There's just better versions of him, including the new version that comes out in Chapter 3 eventually. So, he's getting 15 AoE resist, which I like. He's getting 20 defense penetration, which I like. And now, he'll walk into a fight with 25 AoE resist before vision cards or espers or buffs. It's a lot. That's a lot. That is nice. And Calamity Hazard is a really good move now. So let's scroll down here. It's his job level 25 move. It no longer costs him HP to use, which is a big deal. The problem is, again, it's a single target move. And like, for a signature move for a unit, I would really like to see it be AoE. That just seems like better to me, but it still hits really hard. It no longer takes 10% of his HP, so they're really focused on making him more survivable while giving him some defense penetration. He'll have 40 coming in, but as a slashing unit, that's, you know, I don't know. I still don't think it makes him great. It's a nice upgrade though. Oberon. Now, Oberon is a unit in the game right now that already sees a lot of play. He's very, very good. He is getting an additional 15 pierce attack. He's getting an initial 20 AP. This has implications, not only in PvP, but it also has implications in PvE, where you run out of AP. In like long PvE chaining fights, running out of AP is a thing. 20 initial AP is really nice. Also for Oberon specifically, he's a unit who, yes, using bells on him is great, or any AP restore item, but you really, really want Oberon casting his shield. That is the skill for him that makes a big difference. Now, you're not going to feel as bad on a map that's just one turn of buffing map. He'll have 20 more AP to start. He can use his shield, generate whatever AP that does, and then go into a battle with enough AP to get a couple rounds of move off, including his limit break. Let's look at Thunderbolt Must Hit, which is a really fun name on the translation site here. That's this one, also known as Lime or Lame Must Hit, but it now also breaks barriers, which is pretty cool. Nothing else about it changes, just that. So it's a barrier breaking skill now, fine. It also is his 100% hit move, which he's an evasion hunter a little bit for Earth. So there we go, good upgrade for Oberon, really like it. I think it's like not being talked about a lot because he's an Earth unit, but Oberon's upgrade is nice. Speaking of a nice upgrade, Medina's, but once again, it's Medina. I think a lot of people are sleeping on her though. Let's check it out. Here we go. She's getting 10% more agility. Awesome. She's getting 30% more magic. Awesome. And then let's translate that. She's getting her Blizzara secret skill is getting an upgrade. Now that's her job level 25 ability. Let's go look at that. Previously, it was a 20 spirit debuff, 185% damage, and healing power down 40. It's now a 48 spirit debuff, 185% damage, and healing power down 70. It's a massive debuff. Now, there are units in the game that have debuff resistance. I don't think debuffing is as strong as giving yourself penetration, just because it has a chance of being resisted. But one of the big strengths of this move is its range. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 range skill that can hit from range 6 6 in its AoE. It's a very, very good move. Medina is pretty good. Like, she doesn't suck. She's fast. She has a lot of magic and has a really good skill. She's just old, and I think you feel her age sometimes. I'm not talking trash on you, Medina. I love you, but, you know, you've been around for a while. Okay. Ice units, let's stick there. We've got Nausea. This is the other MR unit getting her upgrade. She is getting a nice one. Agility 15%, man, I'll take that. You give any of these MR tank units more agility, I think there's a chance of making them really good. She gets 15 critical evade, which will help her tank, and Divine Veil gets upgraded. Now let me talk to you about Nausea for a minute, and why, like, a struggle with her. So, she has a lot of self buffs. A lot of self buffs. She has Immortal Fighting Spirit. This is a really good buff. You really want her to cast this on herself. She has Guardian Wall, which is a really good buff. You really want her to cast that on herself. And now, her Divine Veil just got upgraded, which gives her 35 single target resist, Defense Spirit debuff resistance 100, so she can't be debuffed, and Poison Stop Immobilize disable. Is this, even with this buff, is this worth casting, considering she has Guardian Wall and Immortal Fighting Spirit? I don't think so. So, I do like her buff. I like the agility. I like the critical evade. I just don't know that Divine Veil becomes a skill you use on her. I think they fell short in buffing that ability enough to make me want to use it instead of her 2 other self buffs, because they're so good. So that's the thing on Nausea. And then a not super talked about one, but potentially very strong, is the only SR unit we are getting dream enhancements for, and that's little Leela. Hers is really good. She's getting more HP. She's getting initial aggro 5. She's a tank, by the way. This girl right here, this chick is a tank. So she's getting HP, aggro, and silence spell is getting upgraded. So if we go look at silence spell, it is her job level 25 ability, 121% damage, it's a 100% hit move, it decreases healing power on the target by 50, and now has a 47% chance to inflict silence for 3 turns. She's basically always going to inflict that. She's a magic scaling unit, as you see right there. So you're going to run her at high faith, or at least maybe like 70 faith, which you mix that with a 47% chance to land move. She's going to drop a lot of silences, and she's a great cost limited unit. She comes in at only cost 40. She's going to be the only 140 SR unit we have for a little bit. So in cost limited situations, I could see little Leela coming out. All right, guys, that's it. That is 22 minutes of talking about mass or dream ability upgrades, dream enhancements, Transcendence, as it's called in global. I thought about just tagging this on to like my weekly what's coming this week video. I'm glad I didn't, because 22 extra minutes on that video would have made it like a 40-minute video. Nobody's trying. Look, guys, I know that y'all like to watch my and I love it. People like to watch my videos. I don't know that anybody wants to watch 40 minutes of me talking about stats for units. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this format or you have any thoughts about it, let me know in the comments section. I'll read those, check them out, and I will catch you next time, everybody. Peace.